Fucking hell, how good was that? I've got my voice back. Lost my voice in the Stretford end there for a minute or two. Was absolutely fucking wild. Scenes, limbs, things. How the fuck do you even start with that? I was shitting it towards the last couple of minutes. I'm not going to lie to you. I was flapping more than a little bit. I thought, if you look at the ebb and flow of the game, what I thought was the substitutions from City really give them a foothold in the game. And our substitutions, initially at least, seemed to allow us to drop even further back. And I was crying out for get a Gala one and let him hold the ball up. And then the second he came on, I mean, he was man of the match for me. The second he came on, we went to him and he just fucking Velcroed a ball out of the air and held it and kept it. And I'm like, fucking yes, this is what a centre-forward's supposed to do. Allow you to have a focal point to escape everything. Fucking perfect. Once Igalo was on, I was pretty sure we was going to see the win out. And then what the fuck is Ederson doing for that? For the second, that fair play to Scott for keeping it down, keeping his head, and it went fucking off in the Stretford end after that. Absolutely fucking belting. I enjoyed that. I asked on Full Time Devils how many managers have done. Not let alone the double, but beat Pep 3 times in one season. How many fucking times has that happened? That can't have happened a lot. That can't have happened very often, can it? I mean, get some questions, all that sort of stuff in. I'll get to them as soon as I can get to them. Can we get the shirt link in the description, please, gentlemen? I will come to the questions in a minute. They're going a little bit mad at the minute, so I'll crack on with what I was going to say about the game. So I thought Matic was great today. A very understated role. Wasn't mega interested in seeing him, to be honest, at the start of the game. And him and Dan James, and I would have played Scott, and I would have definitely played Igalo ahead of both of them. Just because I thought we needed a little bit more. And I still felt we needed little bits of that. But Matic was class. Matic might have been my man of the match. My real man of the match, obviously Igalo. But Matic, there was a few things. We struggled a little bit with stuff that we struggled with in the home leg of the League Cup. Namely, when we get pressed, we don't really know what the fuck to do with it. I see it go to Maguire, and I see Maguire look to Lindelof, and then Lindelof plays it to De Gea. We have to figure out a third pass in there that isn't De Gea. We have to figure out how to move that into the thirds. The one thing that I thought worked was when Matic went slightly left or right and allowed us to be able to play it into him. He's got to move, and we've got to be able to find him. Because of the physicality Matic has got, and this is where having fucking units really does come into play for us like that. The physicality that he's got, he's able to hold people off. And he's got the calm nature, and he's just excellent at receiving the ball under pressure and playing a very good pass whilst under pressure as well. There's not many in the squad that we've got that can do that, and he's one of the ones that can do that. So big up for Matic, earned his extension. Most of us, myself included, thought that guy was finished not so long ago. But I have to say, overall, I thought the defensive performance from everyone was really good. At times, it was a little bit last ditch. But that's to be expected. I think City had something like 3/4 of possession. We only had 27% possession. But I think we had more shots and more shots on target than them, which shows you that it doesn't always matter about the quality of the possession. It matters about the quality of the possession and how many times you can get the ball into the box. There was a couple of minutes in the first half where United was just putting dangerous balls in behind that defence time and time again. And I put a bit of a bait one out on Twitter, but there's a serious point behind it. When are people going to question Pep Guardiola? The guy spent a fucking billion on a title-winning side. Supposedly he's the greatest manager the world's ever fucking seen. Yet 3 times in 1 year, all he's done him, who is a Norwegian PE teacher by all accounts, and he's done him with what everyone's saying is the stupid, simple tactic of just playing counter-attack. Well, I've always said, like, if it was just a case of just playing counter-attack, why has no one else done it? And then people go, oh, just because we've got fast players. Well, someone go sign Usain Bolt there, and motherfucker was out there pimping his ass out for a trial. Go get him and play counter-attack and beat City then. How is it a fucking criticism of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be the so-called greatest manager in the world 3 times in one season? How are people, supposedly United fans, playing that shit down and asking for that fucking tosspot that's never won a damn thing in his life in Pochettino? Couldn't even win Dancing with the Stars, the cunt. I think Ollie gets his tactics right more often than not in the big games. And a lot of people don't necessarily agree with this, but I don't really care if you do or not. It's a fact. The bigger games are more influenced by a manager than the smaller games. The smaller games, there's less tactics to be aware of because it's sometimes just a team that sits back. That's where you have to figure it out. In those games, you're reliant on your star players to be able to step up. And if your star players don't step up or you just don't have that quality, then you're not going to win the games. Now, has Ollie massively transformed himself in the last 6 months? I don't think he has. There's still issues. Substitutions, I'm going to go into in a minute, but there's still issues with him. Things that I think he gets wrong. But on the whole, he's moving the club in the right direction. I've said a few times, I'm not sure if it's him that's going to lead us to our next league title. But I guarantee you this. What he's going to do is leave this club in a better condition than he found it. I am 100% certain of that. I think he's been absolutely fantastic in that sense. The cultural change that we wanted to see at United, you can't tell me you've not seen it. And people are like, what's his identity? Like, just because he doesn't have the most basic defined identity of play doesn't mean he's not doing anything. You can clearly see there's certain things that United are trying to achieve. And if you can't, then watch more football. Why so calm on my way to A&E? Because I've just sat in traffic for 45 minutes on my own. If I'd have kept that energy up for 45 minutes in my car on my own, I'd be going A&E. Actually going A&E. Jim Reed says, Igalo's first touch is fire. Yep. 4-0 was expected after that performance. Don't know what you mean. Ollie has beaten Pep and Jose 4 times this season. We could make it 5 next week. We could also make it 6 if we draw City in the Cup as well, because I think there's a very good chance of that. Ollie is the second manager to beat Pep 3 times in a single season. Who was the first? Who was the first manager to do that? I bet someone like random as fucking Spain, innit? Do I know what sort of tactical decision Pep made to only play 9 men? I was told Sterling and Foden were meant to be playing, but they must have stayed in the changing room, says Oliver. Anyway, on that note, though, I'm seeing absolutely jack shit from Phil Foden to make me think he's better than fucking Messi like Pep said he was. Like, how he's not getting called out on that, I don't know. Better than Messi. Most talented player he's ever worked with. Why is no one going, you're just talking utter shit, aren't you? Because he clearly isn't. He's a decent technical footballer, but beyond that, I really don't know about him. And Sterling got no fucking DVD player at home? Is he not watching tape on what to do against Wan-Bissaka because he's done fucking nothing against Wan-Bissaka? Not that I'm arsed. Obviously, I'm delighted in the performance Wan-Bissaka's put up. I thought the entire defensive unit today was fantastic, a lot of them. But what the fuck? If Pep was this fucking wonder coach, wouldn't he have devised a plan that meant his winger could actually get past the fullback that he's been up against for the first time? Even when they beat us, he did nothing against him. So what the fuck? You are the so-called greatest manager ever. You got to learn from your mistakes. 3 times in one season tells me that you fucking didn't. And this is all before I even touch on that refereeing decision, which was an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace, wasn't it? It was a fucking piss take. I watched it back and was like, yeah, he's levered him. Supposedly the dive was a bit theatrical. What the fuck's that supposed to mean? Was it a foul or was it not a foul? This is why you have video replays to check this shit. The fact that he went and booked him as well on top of that. Are you taking a piss? I've seen the way Saha's gone down at times this season. You can't tell me that's not theatrical. Because motherfuckers wearing one of them ruffle things that they wear in the Shakespeare plays. Absolute piss take. Right, let's check out the Discord group and see what the review questions for the legends on Patreon are. There's a couple of updates in there about Sancho if you're interested and that sort of thing. I've just seen one saying Pep sacked. Fuck me, there's a lot of here. Will we be wearing pants this week? We will, because it's a little bit cold. Have I seen your pants? I've not seen your pants. Should I have a wank over Scott and Bruno? Yeah, why not? Sunday in it. Is McTominay the greatest player the world has ever seen? Did pants come off? There were scenes. PE wins. Right, there's not really questions in here, is there? Let's be honest. Where's the Ollie out crowd now? I believe a search party went out about 7:30. I don't know if we're expecting anything back from them guys. Someone was telling me some of those fucking nuggets were saying that Ollie's been lucky. I'd rather have a fucking lucky manager than a good one because Jose was good. Matt says, running around work with my knob out. What about you? You'd be in fucking jail for 9 o'clock. Keep doing that, mate. Igalo for Ballon d'Or, says Marios. All right, this is fucking mayhem. I appreciate you motherfuckers, but there's not a single question in here. Is Fred the Brazilian Brian Robson? Yeah, it's Gideometer over here, innit? Where's the fucking Ollie haters now? Yep. Best post-Fergie win excluding Paris. I don't know about that, to be honest. I mean, Olympiacos at home was a pretty good one. There has been some belting wins. Paris was the best one in Europe, for sure. I don't know, it felt good, that, though. It did feel good, that. Another clean sheet, correct. Scholes is just an English McSauce, says Inferno. What colour is Manchester? Well, here's the thing about that. The whole Manchester is red, like, when I say Manchester is red, that's not a transient thing. It's just a fact. It isn't blue. It's never been blue. It never will be blue. They can spend 2 billion, 3 billion. They can tell UEFA they spent 200 million if they want. I don't really give a fuck. Manchester's red because this city is red and they got no fucking fans. If Paul Ince and Andy Cole had a love child, would it be a Gallo? Now, I don't know if someone needs to explain to you. Two dudes can't make children. What more can anyone want in a manager? And never mind Ollie, merely solidifying this team. He is the right guy at the right time. He's got the right stuff to lead this team for the next 26 years. All right, yep, says P.L. Murphy. How shit is Edison? How shit is Otamendi? Okay. All right, there's just mayhem in the questions. If there's any actual questions in here, give us any. Do I think Igalo was shown even with his cameo today? We need a real number 9. Martial was great today, but Igalo was just different. Strength and ability to hold it up. Yeah, the hold-up ability is something that we've just massively, like, we didn't have it with Lukaku. We've not had it since Zlatan, I don't think. So, what you guys saying here, Igalo's ball control, his vision is top class. Yeah, I'm very excited to see more of Igalo. Do you reckon he'll play on Thursday? I think he's a good chance he's going to play on Thursday. Before we wrap up, though, how about you go and get your hands on one of these bad boys? This is the Stretford Paddock FC shirt. If you want to support what we're doing with Stretford Paddock FC, there's a video. You need to go and check it out. You need to go and watch all of them. Otherwise, you're not going to understand the story because there's a story behind what we're doing. It's like a little reality TV show almost. So you have to go and watch the story. You can't miss one. Otherwise, you're not going to know who the fuck these people are and why you should be asked about them. So the second episode went up yesterday. It's on my channel. It was the last video that got uploaded. Go and check it out. And if you want to buy a kit, the link for that is in the description. On that link, there's all sorts of other shit as well that you can go and get. But we are close to playing our first game. We are still taking on players. If you're interested, get in touch with me on Twitter. And we're still taking on coaches. And we still need someone to play. But we've got all sorts of stuff going on. Really excited about what's happening with Stretford Paddock FC. As well as Stretford Paddock, let's be honest. But I'm going to wrap it up there. 5 things will be out tomorrow afternoon. Make sure you check that out. And, unless he bottles it, I've got Sean Goater coming on tomorrow, supposedly. So that'll be out on Tuesday. How many of you knew that Sean Goater was a United Academy player? I imagine not so many, but he's coming on tomorrow afternoon, so make sure to check that out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Laters.